I'm going to show you 3 of the best stretches for degenerative disc disease of the lower back. Before we start in the videos, just know these exercises may not be right for you. If you have an increase of symptoms or increase in pain while doing this, stop immediately, speak to your healthcare professional. If you're looking for more information about lower back pain like degenerative disc disease, we have a link that's going to pop up in the corner. It's a webinar that we have available to you. It's completely free and it covers a lot of the important information that we don't have on this video. Lastly, before we start, subscribe, give me a thumbs up on the channel. You're going to see more videos just like this. All right, this is Sarah. She's going to help us out with the demonstration of the exercises today. The first one we're going to do is a version of self-spinal decompression. I know it sounds like, oh my gosh, you can do this on your own. You really can, and the cool thing is that you can increase the amount of volume of it over time because you can actually do it at home. We're going to use the mechanics of intra-abdominal pressure or breathing to accentuate it. Go ahead and go into the position. Great. So the setup position here is pretty important, all right? So first know that Sarah is actually, she's pretty flexible, and so the position that you're going to be in is different than the position that she is in. But it should feel like the elbows are slightly together, and she's almost blocking her eyes from the sun. Now, if she were to try to sit her hips back to the wall behind her, she's going to notice her elbows are physically restricting her to do so. That's how you know you're in the right position. Show the poor position, Sarah, like elbows are closer to knees. There you go. And then sit your hips back. See how she can kind of move? That's not what we want. So go ahead and go out to the first position here. All right? So she's going to sit her hips back, pause, refrain from pushing the spine down to the floor. But if you do, you'll compress the backside of the spine, like the facets, the foramen, and a lot of the areas where you find arthritis deposits in your spine. So we're going to just push me up a little bit here. There you go. And you feel my fingers here? Mm-hmm. Can you just breathe into my fingers and relax? Sit back a little bit deeper on the next one. There you go. Breathe deep and relax. And give me a couple of those. Notice she's really not doing too much. She's allowing the pumping mechanism of the pressure inside of her abdominal cavity to spread the spine. All right? The cool thing with the pressure and the inside is that if you do it as if you're breathing into these 4 points, she'll actually blow her insides up kind of like a water balloon, and it'll spread pressure to all sides and essentially decompressing the spine here. This happens by the mechanics of the pelvic and thoracic diaphragm aligning, compressing together, and the force goes outward and outward and outward. You feel okay there? Yep. Normally people do this position for about a minute or so, and they'll do it continually throughout the day to find their comfort level. You can come back to this video, by the way, multiple times and try this video on a daily basis. So make sure you bookmark it and subscribe to the channel. Next exercise. We decided we're going to do cat-cows for this demonstration, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Show me a cat-cow. Cat. Now, a cat-cow, let's see your best version of the cat-cow. Okay. There we go. Good. She's doing a really good job of this. She's kind of moving everything. Now, typically people find benefit by doing about 5 to 6 reps. After that point in time, it's really not going to be more beneficial than doing 5 or 6 reps, or it's kind of negligible. But for the purpose of the demonstration here, we're going to show a few different versions of how you can do it. Now, Sarah, before you do the next rep, can you try to emphasize the movement from your head, leading the movement almost like a whip, and the movement like a wave will start moving down your spine. Good. Do the same movement from the head. That's the end of the whip. Movement happens segmentally down the spine. Okay? Let's take it the other route this time. Can you use the end of the whip as your tail? There we go. Feel a little awkward this time, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So this one's harder for most people, and then tail goes up first. I think this is the hardest one for me anyways. Mm-hmm. Good. Now, you feel fine in all ranges of this, right? Yes. Okay. Some of you will not. Some of you will find that being down really low will actually be more symptomatic and feel really pressury versus being up. In that case, don't challenge it too much. Just touch and go on the symptom. And so let's say she feels it here. She's going to come out of it slightly. okay, and go all the way down into the range she feels comfortable in. We're just essentially milking the spine. The next thing we can do is a figure 4 stretch, which is going to be helpful for decompressing the spine via getting the hips to move better. Typically with spinal complaints like degenerative disc disease, the more you can spare your spine of the excessive load and workload, the better you're going to fare. And so this is a nice way to mobilize the hips to spare the spine. Good. So there's a few versions to do this. Probably for you guys, the best is going to be to take a hand or both. And she's pretty flexible, so her hip is not hurt. So a lot of you will be way up here, and it's going to be easier to reach. But if you're here, you may have to use the other hand too, or to cheat some other way. So you can push and relax. Push and relax. Push and relax. Now the other thing she can do is actually pull to the side of her body, other side of her body. Good. Pull and relax. Pull and relax. One more. Now if some of you can't reach your leg, that's okay. We can use something like a strap, a jacket, something that's not going to stretch, all right? Usually the stretchy band is not going to help out too much because the band's going to stretch. We're not going to be stretching the hip. And so in this case, you want to pull it and relax, and pull it and relax. How does that feel for you?
Good.
Okay. Now some people will feel actually pain inside the groin area right here. It's important not to blow through that. You're going to go just to the point of feeling it and back off. The reason being is because sometimes people have a combination of things. They have hip impingement or a labral tear in combination with degenerative disc disease in their low back. So we want to make sure not to emphasize pressure on any other spot that doesn't take it. And we just want to generally feel better when we're all done. You feel better?
Yes.
Good. Go ahead and relax then. Now, if you guys are looking for help, we can help you. We have virtual and in-person services where we can help you go through exercises like this on video. We can program a customized program for your low back and help out to mend the spine, make it so it feels better, and also support it too. These are obviously stretches and easy exercises to do. However, it doesn't mean you shouldn't do harder stuff. A lot of times floor exercises and then migrating them into foot on ground exercises like split squats, hip hinges are also very important to spare the spine, and it's going to correlate more to things that you do throughout the day like picking up objects, picking up grandkids, and so on. So if you guys are looking for help, our contact is below. Subscribe to the channel. You'll see more videos just like this on YouTube.